RoseAnn? Let me see you. I can see your face, I don't know. Dark.
And so much better American swimming for
Nothing lasts forever. Natural storm.
get some of those chicken away.
I'll be alright. Don't send my heart sympathy.
People swimming. I don't know how old it is. Lighted, scared of rain. Entrance to the old city. That just so you can go on the walls, around the walls. Look like a main street.
Most már nem indulok le, csak esernyőben.
Can you zoom in on it?
Tita, smell you like it. This is salpa, pečena, na gradele. Beautiful. Tasty kako Bog. Samo mi žao što tebe nije okolo. Drugi put, a? Razin, prasko namo neke kokoše ili nešto. Živjela. Mali restoran u maloj ulici, ali servira odlično. Beautiful food. Tasty, nice. Evo ti je baš kako treba. Small sideway cafe in Sicily. There's a lot of pigeons over there, but people pass by, so it took off. That's what I wanted to show you, pigeons and people eating. You know that? Little babies. Small sideway cafe. That's it. Hotel receptions. Pretty nice, not bad at all. Nice. Sitting chairs. Very relaxing. Not very think. Whatever they like to do. Nice. Windows looking at the beach in front of it. You can see everyone's sleeping. Usually, because they'll be dead. And then the music what you hear in the bar area, very good. This is the place I love. Oh, look at that, look at that. Sadi pača. Take away.
And rolls. Welcome to my cabin
So that
for the sea excursion of my life. Please take a look around. Be my guest.
have radio.
Does not work. Telephone.
You have telephone.
Lights.
You have light touch.
Flies.
Light. Paper bag.
Fruit. Compliments of
Wait a
the
second.
house.
You have very lovely picture of the boat.
That's right.
You going on a cruise with this boat?
Yeah.
And then this
There's
is
the other bed over there.
the other bed someplace.
To that corner.
Where is it? Oh, they're in a corner. Ah, lovely. And then you have what? Another light.
My closet.
Very good. You have a closet.
Bathroom.
Upper closet. Oh my God, that's something.
My fruit and
Oh,
flowers.
you have a fruit. Lovely.
The fly on it.
A fly on it and a fruit. Oh, thank you. Fly on it. Look at the fly. Look at the fly.
My bathroom.
You have fly. You have flowers. You have flowers too.
My bathroom.
Oh, now you have bathroom. Wait a second. Let me go around. How can I see you now? Oh, I see you in the mirror. Lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, and now bathroom.
Bathroom.
I have a bathroom.
I have a sink and
Wait,
a
wait a second.
little
Yeah.
touche.
Oh, le sink. You have le sink, and then you have
The
le.
shower. La
You
touche.
have le sink. You have le shit. You have le shit. This is it. Thank you. That was our cabin. You have le pepper. And le mirror. Oh, look at le mirror.
Do you see yourself?
Thank you.
The highest peaks of the mountain Lovchen. It is one of three national parks of Montenegro. The others are Pliva, one of the 8 daughters of King Nikola I. And they were living in different worlds, and only way to show her his love was to construct one in the shape of letter M, the first letter of her name, Milica. Das ist wie ein Souvenir zu Milica. Ein Souvenir von Monika Tolaki zu ihr. Wie bekommt man in Jugoslawien einen Führerschein?
Okay, this is for you. This is your old cutter. And we are someplace up 1,000 meters. This is in town. Probably you don't recognize nothing. Okay, we went up by these serpentines. And there's 5. There's the serpentines. 1/5 of them. They come up. The rest of the Tiva and other small places around. Pretty far. You can't see it too good, but whatever you can see. Serpentines. And the town. And the boat we came with, harbor, as you can see. This houses up the hill. Very nice place. Just going with the bus is not so pleasure. I'm scared. That's what it is. And this is bay. There you are out with the boat. Mountains right on the top of the town. This is from the top of St. Stephen Island. Nice. Houses.
I'll tell you that.
What?
I wouldn't like to give up a place like this.
It was nothing like this before. Well, made just houses, that's it. No. See now?
Oh yeah. Alright, you say the picture's dark? Yeah, it's pretty dark.
It's like a movie now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just put it on. Isn't it?
Let's see where the sun is. Right here. Say something.
I have nothing to
I
say.
don't even see your face. Can't see your face.
Go up.
Sekundet und bleibt noch immer heute. Das ist Bokelska Mornarica so genannt. Aber heute, das ist nur eine kulturelle Organisation, die spielt hier während Sommer Instrumente wie eine Kapelle. Already in the 9th century was here founded one seaman organization, and something like vocal group. They're playing instruments in one of the numeral stands. Von hier Schiff sieht aus so klein, nicht wahr? If you look down, you will see Ambassador. It's look so small, isn't it? These yellow houses, small houses that you can see on the right-hand side down there, there are 3 or 4 rows of small yellow houses. They were made 1979 after earthquake, and the inhabitants of our town of Kotor are living in them today. And after restoration, they will come back into their flats, and these houses will be rented. Also, UNESCO organization gave some money to build them. Die kleinen Gebäude, die Sie auf unserer rechten Seite sehen können, ganz da unten, in 2, 3 Reihen, waren nach der großen Erdbeben 1979 gebaut, und dort leben die Einwohner der alten Stadt von Kotor, und nach der Restaurierung der alten Stadt, sie natürlich kommen wieder nach ihren Häusern, nach ihren Wohnungen hier in der alten Stadt, und diese kleine Gebäude wird vermietet sein.
Evo ti na tetac, a ti je riva u Kataru. Vidiš, sigurno ovu kuću znaš, ovdje si sigurno šetjela. Ajde, sve riva. Od brod s kim smo došli. Evo ti se da donja strana. Donja strana od grada. Južna zapravo strana. Ovo sve nove kuće.
Slikaj mene. Aj, slikaj.
Vi hotelni.
Slikaj mene, tako mi. A mene si zaboravio. A mi najdemo na brod, stane.
Ovo znaš, ili?
Tamo mi je u brod. Evo slikao je mi. Evo i tebe.
Ne sad da ovo je. Ovo je slike mene, slike mene. Slikicu moraš znati. Zidi gori. Tamo Vogre je sve u montanje gori. Slabo se vidi, ali zid. Evo sad je Pavla, ne? Si opet na pijaci, mislim da nemamo pijace. Ti stara crkva na pijaci. Koliko sputio debi. Šta roze? Teta se tu daj moraš šećati puno puti kraj već crkve ovdeka. Čaj. Poljevo grad. Sve razbijen. Sve napravljaju. Namo strida sve razbijeno. Haunted is, yeah.
Like 16th century.
Island of Corfu.
Where is Corfu?
This is Corfu.
Right here?
Small villages. Yes. Yeah, garden of some old park.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the middle of the island coast. In the end of this village, the name is Corfu. And the island coast, ladies and gentlemen, it is in the midst of the three seas. The right side over there is only Ionian Sea. Walk straight down there, straight to the Adriatic Sea, and behind of this mount over there, it is only the Mediterranean Sea. It is not too far from the Albanian coast. It is only 2 miles from the north part of the port, which is a beautiful and very old fishing harbor, the name Cassiopeia. But in the middle of the Albanian coast, and the north part of there, is a beautiful and very small island. The name is Caparelli. It is the frontier, because behind of this island is only the Albanian Sea, and the front all the Ionian Sea. But we have not contacted the Albania from the Second War till now. We have not contact because over there it is only. We arrive over and all stay down there. It is the town of the island quarters. We have plenty of time later, about 1 hour and 25 minutes, in the middle of the town in the south. Castle from the Venetian people, because before the First War, the island was occupation was made. Hello, over there. Yes. Denk maar, wir hebben het hier. Had gemacht in Deutschland, in Berlin, von einem Deutschen Mann, wo heißt Hertha im Jahre 884. Hertha, 84. No, I'm sorry. I make one young mistake. I'm sorry.
Oh, young guy.
I'm sorry, I am very,
That's
very
all right.
old.
That's
I am very, very old. I am 85 years old.
No worries. Everybody might imitate.
And you see now all straight down there, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful view. All the year the same color green. And behind of this mountain, it is the paradise of Greece. The name's Paleokastrita with a different color of the sea.
That's a castle there.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful, my lord, beautiful. And you see now the view over there, with the different villas over there. And behind of this mountain, it is only the Mediterranean Sea. And you see now the flower here, to the right and the left side, you see Bucavilla trees over there. Bucavilla boymen. Hast du gesehen, hè?
This is castle.
And here is the hibiscus, all the year the same, all the year.
That's the Chinese rose.
Yes, and you see now here a beautiful garden here with a different tree over there, and maybe up.
Greek market in Old Town. An outside cafe. Next to the beach. One of the groups going to the island. Island yet.
Just gonna go in that port there, right?
Small lake, island yet. Let's see, huh? No, it's good. Regular vacation. Small lake on island yet. Supposedly be very unique. It's in the middle of the island. Nice hot water to swim. A lot of green vegetation all around. It has this one and some other big lake, but it's too far to walk. I'm tired. Tremendous vegetation. This. Very good. But some nice looking girl here. I guess look at the legs. And you know, it's supposed to be garden. There's some vegetables. I don't know what you can see. Bushes. Nothing there, this is some vegetable. Some fig tree, no figs. That's nothing unusual. And this is it. People is amazed, I think my island is much better. So I don't care. I tetac, ovo je restauracija na Mljetu. Sad smo razgledali cijeli otok. Sad ćemo doći ovdje i imati pečenu ribu. To su sve turisti s našeg broda. Ovdje nas čekaju muzika. Ovo će biti St. Peter. Dakle su neki Francuz. Nas pripraviti ovdje malo za zagristi se. Razita čekam ovdje. Neka suhe smukve. Znaš? Suhe smukve. I rakija. Travarica, ovo ti voliš. Turgaj. Fin dečka govori 3 jezika. What a nice French lady. To će si treba s nami biti.
California. So I take California and Russia this year.
This year.
And at the 3 days before the departure, Russia,
Yeah.
because Chernobyl.
Ah, Chernobyl. I get you, nice.
Oh, so
Very good. Very good.
oh, the accent is very bad.
No, that's beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful.
No.
Beautiful.
I only speak during 3 days.
That's good. You learn pretty good. Very nice.
Nice people say to me,
This is the whole group. Sitting there eating kabonitsa. It's been octopus. All these people over there, whole group, traders, serving us a breast of barbecue fish or something. That's what you get. Not bad at all. Finish already. Alright, was good, huh, Rose? Ovo su ti ljudi iz Australije, vidiš, imamo odlično vrijeme s njima. Smiju se, zabavljaju se, kako vidiš ovdje su na dajet, specijalno ovog, viš kako je pojevo slatko ovdje.
Čeka. I sve su gledali.
Viš kako i, pogledaj.
Hvala se moju se, a?
Ne.
Možda i tamo ti sve pa tvoje onda, reci nekad dođe ni do godine.
Rec mu Frank, neka dođe.
Neka dođe da godine ti što gleda.
Oni živu u Sidney, Australiji, tetac.
I neka dođu u Sidney, nema primjeti.
Jeli?
Nema problema.
Darinka, kako se osjećaš?
Sve je plakala.
Sad sam plakala jer sam se sjetila moje čerke.
A, nemoj plakati, boga ti sad se smij.
Evo, sad se smije.
Mare, i si živa?
Uzga, ti uzga. Jesam da light?
Yeah.
Ja, uzga.
All right, go ahead, eat.
Ima light?
Yeah.
Pomalo hod.
Got it?
Yeah, it's on already. You pushed it.
Okay, ima crveno lights underneath?
Yeah.
Alright, onda sliko.
Sad opet moram da vas zloupotrebim, jer znate,
Što?
samo malo da slikate ovom kamerom.
Govorite.
Samo ovdje primjer.
Druge Cesarisa
dip.
Join me in a dip.
Sure. Actually peninsula of RoseAnn. The small town there is Olib, very historic small town. Close. Then continuously the peninsula around. Now we see island of excuse me, not Korčula. Korčula we just visited. I guess pretty hotel. Yes,
International reputation comes from its superb and excellent musical motives, stage and cultural, artistic and sport events. Zahlreichen kulturellen, landräumischen und sportlichen Veranstaltungen. La règne de l'Adriatique. Der alle genannt wurde.
Interesting, huh?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the big St. Mark's Square. We call it the big St. Mark's Square because we know that it's bigger than the other one, but smaller. We have two buildings on the square called the two Procurazzi. The first one is called the Old Procurazzi because it was built before the other one. In the beginning of the 16th century, it was built in Renaissance style, the first wing. The second one was built in a style that we call the classical style, the elite Renaissance, in the end of the 16th century. In both buildings there were a kind of offices for the Venetian officers called the procurators. You can say ministers for buildings, in the time of the Venetian Republic. In the background we have a construction that is practically quite new. It's only 100 years. Built in the time of Napoleon. This is what we call the Napoleonic wing.
and was built between 1806 to 1816 with only 10 years. On the square we have two towers. One is the watchtower. On this watchtower we have two bronze figures, two loud birds. The right one after and all, the bench. And under this we have our Mary with stars. And this is the gold leaf, 24 quadrant. By the second quadrant we have, the hours given with Latin Roman letters, you see. The one quadrant is particularly interesting because you will see in the middle a small golden ball is there. Around that is moving the moon and the sun. This is the old Ptolemaical or the geocentrical system. And it is always starting a street landing to the Rialto Bridge. This is the market, the big market. Now we are going to see, on the other side, the highest point of the town, the bell tower. This bell tower, it is 100 meters high, and it is a new construction, built between 1902 and 1912. 1902 to 10 years. Why? Because the old tower, bell tower, collapsed in 1992. Then they decided to rebuild on the same place. They rebuilt a new one. In the big picture you can take an elevator, which is up, like you have a wonderful view. Then you have a and the 8 is small high. They are joined and connected. More than 200, That is the other shorter, And this Grand Canal that you are going to see, after the sightseeing here, it is interesting because you are going to see on the two sides from the Grand Canal more than 120 palaces, built in different periods. And this Grand Canal it is 8 meters deep, something less. Large 45 meters and long more than 2.5 kilometers. Now we have on the small St. Mark's Square we have this building on the right called the National Library. The National Library was built by Jacopo Sanso in the year 1536. It's a classical building of the palace, and on the first you will see this. After 828 we got the St. Patrick, St. Mark. And on the second one, usually we have a ringed lion, it's a bronze statue. But they took a year ago to the restoration this statue. This is why we again cannot see it. Well, we are missing this statue, on the top of the second column. If you took columns, Now, here we are going to see the door landing to the Doge's apartment, because the Venetian Doge was the chief of the Republic, D-O-G-E, the Doge. He was no dictator. He was simply the highest exponent of the sovereignty. He was closed, he ruled for lifetime. But after the died, the Doge, had to let the palace, the family, to make place for the new leader. It's like the White House system, in America today. And he was allowed that the successor to be from the same family. We don't create a dynasty. We don't have dynasties in Venice. We have one family different families. Elected by the nobility, the major council, elected by the major council, from the major council. Organized sometimes exhibitions. And now we are going to see our room called the Room of the Four Doors, and there will be the most interesting painting we have in the palace, a painting painted by Tiziano.
Ой, dosta svidno, dobro je.
this painting here in the front, representing his kneeling figure. This figure is the Doge Antonio Grimani. He is kneeling before the Christian face. On the left you will see the figure of Saint Patrick with his emblem, the winged lion. This painting was painted by Titian's work, but was finished the work by the nephew of Titian. He painted the two sides figures, you know, the soldier flag and the prophet on the other side. Christian Mardi is one of the first cylinders we have here. It's a stucco work made by General Snagani, called the Olib. And the frescoes are on the ceiling, they were painted by the school of Tintoretto. I mean, the fellows of Tintoretto painted, you know, under directors the master. Representing the middle part, the main part, Venice getting the part into it, by all the dots, you see there, the main part. Venice is represented always in the art as a young lady, a nice clothing, and a scepter in her hand, because she is the queen of the Atlantic. She's getting power from Jupiter, by the all the gods. Now from this part here, we have a painting painted by the school of Tintoretto. The painter was Andrea Vicentino, representing the arrival of King Henry III in Venice. He was received by the Doge Alfonso in the year 1534. The Doge is always dressed with gold, he's receiving the single on the painting. Now we're going to see one other room called the Anticollation, because they're waiting for an embassy. Yes, that's right.
I'm sorry.
No problem. Now, we have here, in this room, 3 paintings painted by Tintoretto himself. And there are the 3 graces, and behind of the 3 graces we see the figure of Mercury, god of the tree. Yeah? On the left is Vulcan, forging the arms for the gods. You see? The front. Here's the military power. Trade, commercial power of the Republic of Venice, and the military power of the Republic of Venice. Here we have the 3rd one painted by Tintoretto, marriage between Bacchus, god of wine, and Ariadne, the daughter of King Minos of Crete, will be the wife of Bacchus, god of wine. And all the 3 paintings were painted in the year 1575 by Tintoretto. Tintoretto is master with light and shade. You see this, this difference between light and shade is giving the perspective, the shadow. Shadow, correctly. Yeah? And the difference it is between Tintoretto and Veronese. Veronese is master of the colors. He's reaching the perspective, use the colors, you see? The Mardi is fresh colors, like the pink one, or the red one, or the blue one. Master of the colors is Veronese. Then the same case, because the painting was painted in the rest of Europe, was painted in the year 1508. 5 years after Tintoretto issued 4 paintings. 5 years after. Europe, you can see that Jupiter we know that Venice was a republic. I mean, in Venice the Doge was no lord, no dictator, we know that. And he was sitting always on his throne, and he got each year from the parliament 6 councillors. And these 6 councillors, they were kind of constitutional guards of the Doge. They were sitting always close to the Doge, you know. 3 one side, you see, on the other side, you see, from the Doge's chair. On the 2 sides, there were sitting the 16 state ministers. 16 ministers, Doge and 6 councillors. And it was, the meeting called the Collegium. In this room, we have a fantastic ceiling. It's a wood-carved work, covering thin gold leaves, 24 karat gold, with 11 paintings painted by Veronese. And now, the first mountain cube, god of the sea, you know, and god of the world. It means mainland power and the sea power of the Republic of Venice. The other one is more interesting. Venice getting presents by justice and peace. Yeah? Over the throne is a painting by Veronese representing in the background the sea battle. Sea battle of the great masterful victory of the extending over the Turks in the year 1571. the background of the sea battle, and on the right you will see the Venetian admiral picture of Venia Sebastian kneeling before the Savior. The other four paintings were painted by the school of Tintoretto. And what is particularly interesting is that in this room we have original furniture from the 16th century. It's original. The only one room that we have the original furniture, made from a particular wood. It is the cedar wood of Lebanon, Lebanese cedar wood. Now we're going to see the next room. And in Venice we got 214 senators that were elected for 1 year. The government was sitting in the middle here, the Doge, his 6 councillors, you know, and the 16 state ministers. And they had to discuss all questions concerning the war and peace, commercial agreements, everything that was connected with the trade, or with the international life, or the sea life of the Republic. This is why it was important that the speaker had to speak very short. And the speaker had the right to speak only a quarter of an hour, 15 each other were, they had to choose 3 chiefs each month, you know, and the 3 chiefs, they changed each other weekly in the work, you know. It was always a rotation in the work. And it was incorporated, the Doge and his 6 councillors. You can speak that there were judged here all criminals, all crimes against the state, raising high cases of similar cases, and there were 17 people that spoke out the judgment, you know, together. We have here a sealed passage on 4 parts, a sealed passage landing directly to the prisons. Second door. And in this room we have 2 paintings painted by the audience. The young lady and the old man there, to Hades, practically. Juno, the wife of Jupiter, giving presents to us. We have a copy too. This middle painting is only a copy because the original was taken by Napoleon III. You can see the original one today in the Louvre Museum of Paris. Marco was painting this Apollo.
Piece of my book.
That's right, all these symbols of the Venetian Republic is why we cannot see, original sculptures from Doges or lions. They're not told. Like cut it down, you know? Lion mouth. Post box for the secret denunciations, the nonsense letters. Self-supported, yes. And it is 1,350 square meters. It's incredible. Without columns or pillars holding the ceiling, not at all. The biggest one was made in the world in the 16th century. And was the big meeting of all noblemen. We can see the parliament of nobility, you know? And they recently did the elections here. The most important painting that we have in Venice, the biggest canvas work of the wood painted by Tintoretto. And this canvas work was painted between 1588 and 19, only 2 years. By Tintoretto, his son Domenico Tintoretto, and a couple of assistants.
Is that one piece?
No, it is made in smaller pieces, and they put it all together because it was not possible to make it here. A canvas like this, you know. It was too big, the canvas. But it was painted here in only in only 2 years, you know? And we got back this year in March from the restoration. They restored 4 years long, they restored the painting. Must be restored 4 years long. This is the heaven, painted by Tintoretto, the heaven. And we have on the canvas, roughly speaking, the same number of figures how many members got the major council at the time of Tintoretto. You can see that we have on the canvas 1,800, 1,600 figures. And we got on the same time here 1,600, 1,800 members. You know? This is the most important painting, that we have in the palace practically as interesting because it's the biggest canvas of the world. You know that in Rome we have the biggest fresco of the world, it's the Sixtine Chapel, painted by Michelangelo. In Venice we have the biggest canvas, painted by Tintoretto. Now the other painting is important in this room is this oval, representing Venice getting the crown of the god, the queen of the gods in heaven. And this is a painting painted by Veronese in the year 1500. I mean, Veronese painted this painting 4 years before he died. And this is, I mean, the big election room, you can see. And now after this big room, we are going to see the dark part of the palace. We are going to see the prisons. We crossed twice the really famous Bridge of Sighs. The Bridge of Sighs got its name S-I-G-H-S from sighing, you know, sighs. Because the criminals were transferred through this bridge for the execution. By crossing this bridge, looked out from the windows. They saw last glance before they went out.
Last bridge from the jail, they will be executed. And one people suspect. Person building.
You get now one person will tell you everything about glass, you know? You will be this is his desk, you know? Goodbye, have a nice time.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
What time will be there? 12:30.
12:30, not 1, 12:30.
You'll be over there waiting for us?
No.
No more?
No, not more. I finished, you know?
Signor Gabriele, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You will have somebody else that will tell you everything about the Grand Canal, you know?
Very good.
Person. I don't know who's coming. There will be somebody, different person, you know? Goodbye. Have a nice night.
Thank you so much. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, my name is Paolo, and I'm the guy in charge to give you a little explanation about the glass, its nature, its characteristics. Okay, the glass is inside an oven there. It's using a temperature of 2,500 Fahrenheit degrees. And as you probably know, the glass is a chemical composition, and precisely sand, soda, and potash. Then to obtain different colors, we're using different mineral oxides, like the copper to obtain the green, the sulfur to obtain the yellow, the cobalt to obtain the blue, and to obtain the famous Venetian red, we're using gold and selenium, liquid gold and selenium. That's the reason why usually the red color is more expensive than all the other colors. So the master picked up some glass from inside the oven with the iron pipe. This iron pipe here is hollow inside. It will allow the master with a little shot of iron to give the shape from inside to everything can be a little flower base, chandelier, or whatever can be blown. Now using the master with a shot of iron to give the shape from inside to what is going to be a little flower base 17th century. And then with the player, the master is stretching the glass so he can give the shape from outside. Very soon the bottom there is what is going to be the base of the vase. So now the master is giving the shape to it because now he has to put the vase up and down because he has to go back to the oven again and work on the top of it to be able to open what we call the mouth of the vase. You can even see now that the glass has lost its temperature. You can see the difference between the colors. Yeah, and now the master is going back again to the oven. This is a kind of process which happens very often. Because the master has to maintain a certain temperature on the glass in which will be able to work the glass. Now about a master, it's very interesting to know it doesn't exist on a school to become a master. It's just a tradition that goes from father to son, and it takes some time between 15 to 20 years to become an average master. So quite a long time of apprenticeship to be able to do what our master does. The master now has to spend still a few seconds inside the oven. There we are. Now the top of the vase is enough hot to work again. So the master again, with the help of the players, which is the most important tool the master has, is giving a shape to it. Fairly easy, isn't it? And here we are. This is the way we make little flower vase 17th century. See now this little flower vase, as if you have a single piece of glass, will be placed in a special kiln down there for the cooling process. It means he has to stay there for about 5-6 hours to cool down very slowly. until it reaches a normal temperature. Otherwise, for the stability of the glass and of course the big change of temperature, it will break immediately. So doesn't exist glass that cannot be temperated. And every single piece of glass will be temperated inside the kind of kiln. Now we're going to be up to date. We're going to see how the second technique, solid work and piece of solid glass. Have a look very carefully what the master is doing, because it looks fairly easy. Remember, the master spent between 15 to 20 years of his life what he's doing. Even the master can just work it at once, and he has a certain period of time, which is about 1.5 minutes, to be able to finish the glass. We're probably understood now that the master is doing a little horse, which is going to be a copy of the horse as you can see on the top of the Basilica of St. Mark. See, the technique is to start them from the head down to the neck, then to the first two legs, followed by the second two. With the tail, which is making this way here, stretch the glass again. Now if you pay attention to the horse, you can see that the horse is losing his orange color. It means that the horse is losing quickly its temperature. So the master knows that he has to hurry up to give the latest touch to give the shape he likes most to the horse. See, I'll still a few seconds. And here we are. Is anybody of you which want to try to make a little horse? No? Okay, now if you want to, let's say something about our showrooms. Our showrooms are composed of 4 different floors in which you can find a wide range of items. We're going for the 4th floor where you can find sculpture on glass and modern art. To this floor here where you have an easy example of Baroque style appliqué on glass. Just to give you an example, the most famous example of Baroque style appliqué on glass is what we call 3-fire Venetian work. This kind of work here is called 3-fire because it needs to be placed 3 times under the fire. The first time to make the proper glass, the second time to decor it with gold 24 carats, and the third time to work it with a porcelain. So it's a glass which needs temperature 72 hours, 24 hours each process, because everything needs to be fixed on the glass by fire so it doesn't come off. And it's even a kind of glass which reaches a very strong solidity. Just give you an example. It doesn't break very easily because we even have to make sets like this, which of course you have to put inside hot substances they cannot break. Above your head here you have chandeliers in glass, in which you can find both the techniques you have seen. The blown techniques for those pieces here, the harden of the chandelier, and the solid glass technique. In this chandelier there are probably 40 single pieces all assembled together in a single row. In the other room down there you can find little figurines on glass which has been made with the same technique you have seen downstairs by the master before. A necklace in glass and crystal. Now just to give you an example of our price, a set like this which can be supplied in 6 different colors, like almost all the sets you see in here, it costs $94 if you're all Americans. Why glass?
Make sure he's American. Why?
Why? Because there are Canadian dollars, Australian dollars, so it makes a bit different. See, this is the amethyst. This is the very first color that's been discovered in Venice by our master. This is about 800 years old. That's a very peculiar kind of color because it's between purple and something else. But this is the most old color. Okay, just to give you an example of the facility you have here in our showroom, if you would like, just in case to purchase something, we can even ship it to your home, and everything we ship is covered by insurance, so if something gets broken, it will be replaced free of charge. So what you have to do is just take a picture. If something gets broken, send us a picture and a photocopy of the app.
When you invite you to one of the most famous hotels in town. It is the British Palace Hotel, a typical Venetian Gothic palace of the 15th century. The very famous American writer Ernest Hemingway used to go to that hotel, and many other personalities. In a few moments, on your right, you will see the largest Olib compilation canal per down the boutique Santa Maria Trinidad in launch public services, and after the small square there is a large white neoclassical palace. It is 24 kilometers or 14 miles, but during our visit we are going to see only 5 kilometers. We have already seen 2 kilometers by train and now
Oh, this is spaghetti. Very young.
107 meters below the surface. There is the river Piuca, 18 meters below us, and right above us there is the spaghetti colonel. You can see it on your entrance tickets or...
Yeah, they look like a
Yes,
fish without
yeah,
eyes.
I can see it.
Well, they live in the...
In this pool you see the most characteristic cave animals, human fish, native protein languinus. They live in the underground river Piuca and they are completely blind. And their painting surrounding the color of their skin is completely white, but they grow darker in light. They grow up to 30 centimeters and live up to 40 years. They are amphibians, they can live in water or outside, and they live on flagstones. They are kept here for about 2 months without food, and then they're put back to the underground river and replaced by the new ones.
Oh!
Red light?
Yeah.
Onda pusti, samo jedan put pritisni.
I did.
Okay.
You see anything?
Je vidiš?
Yeah, I seen a girl.
A. Sad kad je pritisnuto tako pusti, neka Jason vidi. A, ti Jason sad pazi u deka. Je čo vidiš? Namo vidiš di je? A?
Get in the wind, Nicole.
Je vidiš di je?
Ja vidim.
Je. To je kad возьмeš picture.
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that for the lady. Are you filming anything? I'm filming you. No! Hey, let me try. Get away. How you feel?
You're in the shade. I have to go over here.
Hey, let me see it. Let me see it, Mom.
Get back.
No!
Oh, that's
Mama! Come on, let me see it. I'll scream. I don't care. Mama! Mama! I'll scream if Mark doesn't let me see. Tata!
Pere! Zach, gospo, stai ridendo con la spisa.
Tata! Come on, let me see it.
Here.
You still have it?
Put your thumb in there too. Put your thumb in there too. There. Because I don't want you to press any buttons. Now keep looking. No, you're not. Keep looking.
I'm looking.
Did you see Tata? Did you see Tata?
No.
Hold on, let me see what I did. Oh, that's what I did. Boy. Hey, yo, Jack! You're on candid camera!
Are you taping it?
Yeah.
Hi, RoseAnn. Can I go see? Jag kommer till. It's a nice day.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
A kad ste došli?
Skoro će biti u 1 mjesec već. A vi jučer, a?
Yeah.
Can I film something?
Dobro. Oni su bar imali good time ovdje, a?
No way! We just came. That guy, I don't want to.
What, you were just gonna do it?
You're in the sun, I can't see you.
The whole park. Get out.
Oh, I caught that on tape, Jack. Jack, that's on tape. Yo, I know what you do on tape.
Well, Jack, come on, Jack. Jason, get out. Wait.
Jack, you're busted. When we watch that at Joni's house, guess what's gonna be
Does
on
Joni
it?
have a recorder?
Yeah, they bought them.
A VCR? Or a
New TV?
beta?
No, VCR.
All right, let Jack take a
Sucks.
picture.
Hello. Okay, then you're filming.
Do it real slow now, not fast.
Where is everybody? I'm gonna tape you, Mark. Okay.
Hold on, the sun's over there, so take me over here. Here, go by the float, Fun Island.
By the Death Island.
I just came from the sea, yes.
Frogman.
The scary sea.
Wait a minute.
You see me good?
Yes.
Is there a shadow here?
No.
Or do you see me like this?
Oh, there's a shadow by your head,
You
little
can
bit.
walk.
Oh, jeez, I'm gonna kill you now. That's it.
Still filming? It's focusing by itself. I mean, it's zooming by itself. We'll say something.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna pick up all that too. I'm taping Alex!
Ma što Marko ovako misliš? Diavolo više me tamo to za hit. Ko da prošić iz muzika.
Ne zuti se, Marko, ne zuti se, Jack, ne zuti se jer ćeš posjeći nogu.
A če njega briga? On ne zna ništa više.
Jason, ne zuti se. Ćete posjeći nogu. Enorme, vidljivo. Jeli, mislite biti ili biti? Šta biti ili? Onda ću ja se i uzeti.
Ja prvo šta to gledaš, Morko, više? Ja ne znam što to gledaš.
Hey.
Morko?
A?
Morko, čo ti ovi? Čo ti vano je morih važike benzina? Ono na onaj konobici. A?
Chiuse.
Ja, preme sliko včera. Samo na 2 puta mi pobegao u domu.
Kje je ovo?
Tu, he.
Skarpunu.
Karpuna, skarpunu. Njegoš.
Recimo da se ne kupaviš. Eto ga ja završim film. Začer, vidiš.
Ajde. Samo na drugu stranu da bude jednak.
Samo da na drugu stranu ne dovinjati. Razumiješ?
Neka bude jednak.
Neka te gleda, vidiš kad te moška gleda, neka te ne voli moška gledati. Vidiš, neka te ne voli moška gledati. Vidiš, pogledaj kako vata me gleda. Pusti, gleda samo njim. Razumiješ? Mača.
Ама Ляне, не стои тако гол во хладу. Знаеш тако стоиш гол в хладу?
Има се тия пули.
Аз и сега ста полуме плиѓа во хладу гол стои.
Ой, не бе, ниче се тешко. Че се тешко.
Никол, а сега то имаш вършена ноги.
Ja dam, brate.
Играј.
Ја дам брат.
Ти не рекој јадам брат.
А Морко говори ја дам брат.
Кому?
Сом себе. Јел?
Јадам брат. Дојде тоа.
Ја дам брат.
Да си тоа губи. Не знам ништо. Така ја трбо гули.
Опуште па кошулю.
Преварите молу.
Маријане,
Сам преварен.
О,
опуште кошулю.
Марко, ама ови кошуля, ово. Текој што буче. Некој да се буче. Гули ја тебе.
Nothing.
Добра кошуля.
Yeah.
Ajde.
Forget this joke.
Matthew, he falls in the water. That's him, all right.
Marko,
What?
i si tornao sve nazad dok ne se Josliko?
No?
Aha.
I'm picturing
Da.
more.
No more, ali si došao kad si
Yes, I think so, because you have something like 9,877,
Yeah.
and now it's on 36.
But that's the mean da si ti došao sve to the end pre.
I know. I did.
You sure?
It has you're in the cave, and then it goes to us.
Je.
Yeah.
I sve je finilo od nas, ovdeka čas smo
Yeah.
slikali i onda si počeo novo.
Yeah.
Picture me, Mark.
Hold on.
When?
Whenever you're ready.
Now?
Yeah. A life cup?
So, he gets me into the refrigerator. You remember King's, right?
Yeah.
That's like that, you know, that's like the better store, right? It's like the better store. We go shopping there every week. Your mom spends like $100 just for us. So I bring him to his refrigerator. And he showed me all his fruit. You know, I mean, would anybody normal do this? And he's saying, this is our pickles and our, you know. He goes, and here are some cold cuts if you want. And on the cold cuts it says wrapped up King. And all of these other places, King, and he's showing me all these chips. And he says, well, you know, down below. And here's like $20 for pizza, you know, how much it is. And then he's like showing me all his VCR movie tapes. And it's so funny. By the time he finishes all that, it's 1 o'clock. And so you know how we have a white car? Well, they got their new car is white now too. It looks like ours, but of course it looks because ours is an old school. I don't know. And then my dad grew. You know, my dad goes, yeah, to this guy started growing me. My dad chopped remember that little apple tree we had? Yeah. Chopped that one. Remember the Christmas tree in front of our house? Yeah. Chopped that one. Remember the little Christmas trees along the side? He chopped them all.
Because that's what happens when you get
My mom starts yelling at him, she's like, those things are supposed to let those little shrub. Chopped everything. Chopped it when my mom was nice privacy. I don't know what his problem is. He just takes his stupid axe and cheese and he chopped down all our cheese. Now we have peach cheese and I think we have a fig.
Pull, Jack, pull.
The bugs eat it before we do. So.
I'm helping you.
Are you still taking pictures?
I'm taking pictures of them.
Didn't your dad say to check the camera?
Lord, oh Lord, where was that one Lord? I'm gonna do backwards dive.
Never really said no.
You want to do backwards dive?
Faded flags of a weed.
Not on me, though. Wait, it's too long.
It only takes one mosquito in the night,
Please, they were buzzing around me all goddamn night. From my nose to my toes.
I know, up there especially. Remember they called that one night, me and her asleep. We started getting up. We were like half asleep, going with our pillows banging around. I was like, Charlie!
Where did you sleep?
I slept with her.
Nana? In Nana's room?
Emily, stop!
And we couldn't even say a word. I said one word. She was telling me something about school, and Nana starts yelling at me while I'm talking, shut up,
And I can't even blow my nose. It's all stuffing up with
I'm like covering her with two pillows under the covers, because she blows her nose like a horn.
And I was like, shut up.
We were sick, us two. We were laying in bed, eating cough drops.
We have all this cough remedies on the side of the bed. Heavy quiet.
With tissues. And then tissues are all over the floor.
When we have emergencies, tissue, no! I have to put things. Jackie, thanks a lot. It's hard pulling this cargo. Emily.
What's your sister's name? Who are you talking about? Which one is Alice?
The ugliest kid on the island, the one with the big head. Right, Mark?
Yep, the biggest head on the island.
Well, served us at last.
Šta sam Marko rekao?
This is continued.
Marko, ja mislim da će ta kamera biti pokvarena i biti out of limit.
Yeah. I'm trying to touch about 5 slices and we all want some.
Go sit down.
Touch about 3 slices and we all want
Napkins. And what do you like to drink?
I have Amara.
Amaro with tonic. How about you? Ciao, relax. How about you? Moramo staviti u kameru bak i ko isti. Gde je Jakov? Zov Jakova odmah vam. I čujte? What do you like?
So I guess, but I have to drink Coke. There is no Coke.
Papa!
I guess over there.
Sideways.
Say something, Nicole. This is Nicole Budessa reading in the shoe of
Hello. I don't know what I should say. I don't want to talk.
Say, I love you. Nah. Hello there, Miss Nicole.
Aww.
Oh, we're on tape. Hi, Mom. Oh, hi, Mom. What will we talk about today?
Don't touch me yet.
Oh.
Huh?
What are we going to talk about today? What? We'll talk about you.
Oh, no.
How old are you? Hello, Nicole. Would you like to say a few words for our audience? Please say a few words. Anything. Beautiful baby. Can't see.
Siamo buonati. Pitera. Tagliamo da video. Ma ciao. Joj me, kako sam mu dobi. Tato, gdje ti? A ti budi dida? Ajme, kako sam ga voli. Kako sam ga voli. Capì, con oggi draghi che non. Volato vedi. Chini, così, con oggi draghi che non.
To smo se razgovarali.
Koji to ne?
To je to čigo, rekao ti. Tako da je jako... Znamo, Ivan. Reki Ivan.
A čekaj šta?
Nemam pomisli.
Čekaj.
Nemam
Jel
pomisli.
možeš partijat za isto?
Ne. Dano me češe.
Rekao sam ti šćera, šoldi.
Ja sebe, a žoš me češe da idem i fermo.
Hazaj su ga, to ti više šoldu dojti. That's nice.